Alright guys, this is my second video, well third technically if you count my intro, but I wouldn't necessarily count that. Anyways, this is my second video and I've kind of been juggling what topic to do. I know that I wanted to do my first main video on the topic of cheating and having affairs going on in relationships. But I think it's very important for me to kind of go in a chronological order in a sense so that people kind of get the idea of where to start in a relationship. Because if you're in a situation like I was in, my relationship with Casey, which I've mentioned in my intro video, we've been together for 4.5 years and we're getting married, which we are kind of an atypical situation because when he and I started actually talking, and we weren't even dating, this is like before, way back years ago, we actually were talking, and I want people to understand that while it's not necessarily common, people can change. People are able to realize they've made mistakes and rise above whatever they did and change. But I also want people to realize that not everybody does that, and it takes a very, very, very either strong event or a strong just personal change in order for somebody to really make a change in themselves to better themselves. So what I've decided to do is I am going to make this video about dealing with somebody who's either in a relationship with someone who's cheating, wanting to get into a relationship with someone who's cheating, or trying to get over being in a relationship with someone who has cheated. Because I think that that is such a common topic. I mean, I can't think of any of my friends who've been in relationships who haven't at least dealt with some aspect of any of it. So that's why I really wanted to focus on this. So the first thing I want to say, since I was talking about getting into a relationship, is if you are single and you found someone, you really like them, you're really into them, if they have a reputation for cheating, the only thing I really can tell you to do is go with your gut instinct. If they have a reputation for cheating, I'm not talking reputation like he said, she said sort of thing. I mean like 110% to a T, it is proven they cheat. Follow your instinct. It's probably not a good idea to date somebody. Now, that being said, there is the other situation where everybody and their mother, brother, cousin, sister, whatever, says that they cheat, but they don't necessarily have the right, they don't have the proof. There's no evidence that it actually happens. And that was my situation. There was no proof that Casey was cheating. He was in a band. He was a drummer. So, like, he traveled, whatever. Everybody knew him. And there were girls who were flying to get all over him. That sort of situation. So, being women, we start things. And we're really overdramatic because we have really crazy hormones that make us say and do stupid crap. I can't explain it. I wish I could. But that's just how it works. So, anyway, it's more an issue for girls because girls tend to say things that aren't true probably a lot more than guys do, I would say. I mean, I have more guy friends than girlfriends for that specific reason. But I decided to go against what everybody said, and I decided that I was going to go and get into a relationship with Casey. And I'm telling you guys this not because I'm sitting here trying to share my story with you guys, just because I like sharing this part of my relationship, because honestly, it's not the good part of our relationship, and I really am not necessarily proud of it. The first 9 months of our relationship, he probably did cheat on me. I don't even know. I mean, but basically what I came down to is at this point now, I basically accepted that it may or may not have happened because he swears up and down he didn't do it. And honestly, if he knows that he could lose me from telling me the truth, he's not going to, because let's face it, most people wouldn't. So anyway, I have moved past it, and I basically accepted that it could have happened, and I forgive it if it happened. But what I'm telling you is not about that, because there's probably a few instances where I will say things, and it's more as a do as I say, not as I do sort of thing, because I see where I'm going, and I see how I need to change it, and I'm telling you because I'm either in this situation or have been there. If you're in a relationship with somebody who is being unfaithful, or someone who has been unfaithful, or you're trying to get into a new relationship because someone has been unfaithful to you, what you need to understand is you have to build back trust. And the only way you can do that is if both parties, you and the other person, are basically willing to give up all of your privacy. And I know that it sucks, but this is basically how me and Casey fixed how bad our first 9 months of our relationship was, because he had an intervention and he realized that in order for me to trust him, he was basically going to have to give up every sense of his private life so that I could establish that I know he's not up to anything. So this is very important for you guys to hear, and I really want you guys to listen. The first thing you need to do is make sure that any sort of internet access they have, email, blogs, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, I don't even know why I said MySpace. No one uses MySpace anymore. Anyway, any of those social media things, you need to make sure that you have their password too. And I'm not saying go get their password behind their back. They need to know that you have it. Because if you're going behind their back, that's just going to cause more trust faults, and that's not good for any relationship. You need to make sure they have consented. They know you're doing it. They know you're doing it at random. And I know you're probably going, well, if they know you're doing it, they're not going to cheat. Trust me, some people are not that smart. And some people, after an extended period of time, will forget that you even have their passwords. And, you know, it'll happen. Just trust me on this, because I know. You need to be able to have permission to get into their phone whenever, just at random, be able to go in their phone, read their text messages, read their emails. You know, what Casey and I basically did is when he and I had our intervention, which I'm not going to go into detail about because it's a really long story, he basically handed me his phone. He said, you delete any contact you don't want me talking to. You have permission to go through my phone and read any message, do whatever you want to with it. He gave me all the passwords to all of his MySpace, Facebook, everything. And at that point, he started hanging out with me every day after that, which is very important, because if you are going out of your way, or they are going out of their way rather, to prove to you that they are going to be faithful, that they care, that they want to make this work, that is a good sign. Because if they don't give a crap about that, you know, y'all's relationship, and they don't care about fixing things, they're not going to let you, you know, get all up into their world, because they don't want you to know. They don't care enough to fix the relationship. So you've basically got to use your better judgment to know if they're actually trying to fix things or not. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh yeah, wait 3 months and you should trust them. No, you know, no big deal. There's absolutely no way that you're going to know whether you can trust them or not. I mean, there's no time frame. You know, you're going to have to basically take every day as it is, and you're probably going to have arguments, because some girl or some guy is going to send your boo-boo a message, and you're going to get really upset about it because you don't know how to react. And from past experiences, that is learned. You have learned to react that way, and you have your right to. But you also have to understand that what other people do are not your significant other. It's not their fault. Your significant other cannot control somebody else messaging them. You know, they can control whether they respond or how they respond, but that person coming to them, they have no control over. So that's also something that you need to make sure you understand, because some people get so out of whack and so upset because some other person did something. They don't control them. They control themselves. You know, how they react is entirely them. But if someone else talks to them, they have no control over it. So the best thing that I can tell you to do whenever you're dealing with any sort of situation where you're dealing with someone who's unfaithful is you need to ask yourself, do you personally, I mean, it is emotionally draining. You know, it is very, very hard. And you need to decide yourself whether or not you think fixing the relationship is worth it or not. Because I know some people who are in relationships, they find out the other person's being unfaithful, done, gone. And if that's you, bravo, good for you. You know what you're willing to put up with and not willing to put up with. And that is awesome. But there are other people, like myself, who have deep emotional attachment issues and who really care about somebody and realize that people do change, people do make mistakes. So I want the people who are like me to realize that if you don't up and leave them, that doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you a wimp. It doesn't make you a loser. It doesn't make you, manipulated. It means that you care and that you're giving your relationship that one last chance because you think it deserves it. Now, from that point on, it is your decision. It is your call. If they work hard and they are proving to you that, they're actually trying to save your relationship, then that says a lot. But like I said, if they are getting hostile, they don't want you looking through their stuff, they're very defensive, then that's your sign, okay, leave it, I'm done, and move on. Nobody is going to be telling you what to do. It is your life. And I know I'll probably give this spill every single time I give a video because it is so important. You are your most important person in your life. You take care of you. Because if you don't take care of you, nobody else will. Do not let anybody cheat on you or talk down to you or treat you like crap in a relationship because you think that that's what you deserve, because it's not. You are your most important person. You take care of yourself and do what's best for you. If you're in a relationship and your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever is cheating on you over and over and over again, you deserve better. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your past is. You deserve better. So I want you to take what I've told you, apply it to whatever situation you're in, and I want you to make the best decision for you. Not for your relationship or for your buddies or for your parents, for you. All right, now that's my my soapbox on that situation. Again, this is my second video, and it's mostly on cheating and affairs, and I probably threw a few other tidbits in there for your listening pleasure. But anyway, so this is my video on cheating, and if you guys, like always, leave any comments, any questions, concerns, you guys feel free to give me any criticism. Message me a comment, let me know what you think, and I will be posting another video shortly. Thanks you guys for listening.